Good day, class. This is Dr. Williams, CIT 168, and we are learning about more about Word. This week, last couple of weeks, you did a lot of practicing, and I said practice, practice, practice. So, um, we want to again express that. Can't express that enough. However, this week, we are going to put into effect all of the many different things that you practice. Okay. Many of you probably think, well, I didn't really do much. But if you actually did go in and you practiced and you went over some of the things that you learned through the video, the YouTube video, and well, I should say all of the things you learned through the YouTube video, and just went over them over and over again, the pretty much the fundamentals, then you've done what you need to do. Um, Part of this particular class is to uh, have you leave with a deliverable that is, in fact, something you can use. So, a resume for many of you is probably going to be something that's pretty important at this time. I don't know. Some people have different views over resumes and things of that nature, but uh, throughout my career, I've learned that it's pretty important that you have a fairly solid resume. Um, these are different times. We have gone to the new norm. It sort of reminds me of back when I was a small child. I used to stay with my aunt. She was my great aunt, so she was a bit older than me. But we had a special bond because we were both born on November 4th. Her being born quite a bit earlier than I. Uh, there was always a lot of around her. There was always a lot of things that I learned, and I called her Auntie. I said, uh, uh, Auntie had a tendency of what we might call nowadays as hoarding. Um, she had, although she lived by herself, um, and she had enough in her cabinets and in her refrigerator, probably to feed a small army for um, for at least 6 months. And some of you may take that as an exaggeration, but that is the honest truth. She was known throughout my family and our friends to if you ran out of food, you would go to Auntie's house and just simply open her cabinetry or open her refrigerator and get food. And one day I asked her, I said, Aunt, I said, why is this? Why do you shop for as though you are feeding an army? And for not just for a couple of weeks, but for months. And she told me this. She said, Lawrence, you always need to think in this manner, especially when you are old enough to run your own household. And that is to prepare for the worst, because if you prepare for the worst, then you are, in fact, preparing for the best. Back then, I didn't know what the heck she was talking about. She went on to tell me that she had lived through the Great Depression and how horrific, how that was just a horrific portion of her life, where she can remember when she was a little girl standing in bread lines because and bringing home a loaf of bread. She can remember rations where you couldn't get more than one of anything. Okay, so at this time, I'm really understanding, and I really appreciate what she meant by preparing for the worst, because that will prepare you for the best. And I want to impart this upon you guys, and applaud you as you are preparing and transitioning and trying to get yourself to whereas you are prepared for whatever. Part of being prepared is flexibility. Part of being prepared is having more options. So you are getting yourself together to whereas you can have more options. And believe it or not, as they are stating over and over, as our government is stating over and over again, we will get through this, and you're doing your part. So I want to give you the opportunity to create a resume this week. And I think you don't worry, you have the skills to do so if you've been practicing. And also, you will have a YouTube, as I've been giving you throughout the course. I'm giving you a YouTube video that will walk you through those steps. This gives you the opportunity to have a solid resume and also continue to develop the skills that you need in Word. So I'm hoping that this is helpful. Well, I know this is helpful. Again, I'm hoping that you will continue on the course of practicing. This in no way means that you need to stop practicing, because those skills that you are developing need fine tuning, and you need to continue on. One of the old saying is you never reach perfection, but that doesn't mean you don't continue to try. So at any rate, I hope you have all you need in order to get the resume and produce the resume. If you need help, my contact number is there present on Blackboard, and definitely feel free to give me a call or email me. Thank you, and have a great week.